six-shooter and as bold as a showdown at high noon. If you've never seen it, drop everything, your popcorn's waiting, and trust me, by the end of this tale, you'll be saddling up to watch it yourself. And if you have seen it, well, stick around, because we're diving deeper than a desert well into the stories, the stars, the chaos, and the sheer genius that made this flick an enduring legend. Why should you watch Blazing Saddles? Because in a world full of predictable plots and polite punchlines, this movie reminds us that real humor comes from poking the bear of prejudice, tradition, and Hollywood itself with a giant cartoon pie in the face. It's irreverent, it's outrageous, it's got heart hidden under all that horseplay, and it's the kind of film that leaves you howling long after the credits roll. So, let's mosey on in, partner. Pull up a bale of hay, and let's talk about how this cinematic stampede came to be. Picture the early 1970 seconds. America is knee-deep in social upheaval. The civil rights movement is still echoing like thunder across the plains, and Hollywood's churning out westerns faster than a stagecoach robbery. Enter Andrew Bergman, a young writer with a firecracker idea rattling around in his head. Back in 1972, Bergman scribbles out a story outline called Black Bart, later tweaked to Tex-Ex for a western comedy that flips the genre on its ear. His pitch? A black sheriff rides into a lily-white town, appointed by a scheming politico to sow chaos and clear the way for a railroad scam. But instead of crumbling under the weight of bigotry, this sheriff turns the tables with wit sharper than a Bowie knife. Bergman shops it around, dreaming of Alan Arkin in the director's chair and James Earl Jones saddling up as the lead. Warner Brothers bites, but the dream team fizzles. Arkin's out, Jones is unavailable, and the project gathers dust like an abandoned claim. That's when fate deals a wild card. Mel Brooks, the king of comedy chaos himself, stumbles upon Bergman's outline and sees gold. Brooks, fresh off the success of his Broadway hit The Producers, snaps up the rights for Peanuts, literally. He bought it for next to nothing and declares, "This is it. This is the one that'll let me run wild." Why does Brooks love it? Because it's not just a Western, it's a time machine. Plunking 1970 slang and sensibilities smack into 1874, turning dusty tropes into dynamite. Folks, if you're wondering why you need this in your life, it's because Brooks doesn't just make you laugh. He makes you think about the absurdities we still drag behind us like tin cans on a wedding buggy. Blazing Saddles isn't safe. It's a mirror held up to society's sore spots, polished with pratfalls and puns. And that's why, 50 years on, it still feels fresh as a morning dew on the prairie. Now, let's talk about the man who lassoed this lightning bolt, Mel Brooks. Born Melvin James Kaminsky in 1926 inches, Brooklyn, New York, Brooks is the son of Jewish immigrants, a vaudeville kid who grew up on Sid Caesar's Your Show of Shows, where he honed his timing as a writer and performer. By the 70 seconds, he's already a force directing, producing, writing, and starring in his own madcap visions. For Blazing Saddles, Brooks doesn't just helm the director's chair. He co-writes the screenplay, produces under his Crossbow Productions banner, and even dips into the acting pool